The last presenter of the evening. She had seen much of the world, and she was a cartographer, and her name was Amena.
There's so many of you. All right. So this is a letter for all of you, but most importantly, it's a letter for my brother, who's 16 and young and cooler than I was when I was in high school. So my story is the story of Africa. It's a story of Sudan. It's a story of the United States. The story of Brooklyn and Wichita and Khartoum and Orlando and Paris and Jeddah and all the places I've been. I carry these countries and cities and places everywhere I go, and sometimes I'd like to think I carry them right on top of my head. Lines divide up the world into countries, continents into countries. Out of all 7 continents, Africa has been divided into the most countries, 54 countries to be exact. Imagine all the villages and towns and roads and cities and history and stories that make up each country. Yet more than often, Africa is mistaken for a country. 54 countries for one. Imagine all the villages and towns and cities and stories that make up each country. Now imagine the effect of confusing Africa as a country. Imagine the erasure. I'm going to be drawing lots of lines tonight, and my slides are ahead of me, but that's okay. I'm going to be drawing lines around my story, and that's a country. The people in my life, the places I've been, the names I hold, the person I am, that makes up my country. Essentially, I'm going to be speaking a new country into existence. So the story goes that my dad was the coolest. He'd hop on a train and find himself in Darfur. My dad used to sleep under a tree next to the US Embassy until he got a visa to get here. My mother, the story goes that my mother is beautiful. Sometimes I wake up to her speaking fast and loud Arabic over an internet call with a weak connection to her sister who lives a walk away from the Nile. She makes her own Sudan right here in Wichita, Kansas. The story goes that I'm Sudanese by the way of Brooklyn, New York, because my mom walked across the street to New York Methodist Hospital and had me at 5:05 a.m. on September 10th, 1997, but I don't know how much I weighed. The story goes, all the Sudanese families in Wichita road trip together often. On our way, we listen to songs in Arabic, songs of home and love and family. So I'm always learning what home and love and family are when we're on our way to Tennessee or Missouri. Songs that can never translate into English just right, to make you long for a home and a country and a place unknown. The story goes that my dad used to gather all the Sudanese kids in Wichita in our backyard. My backyard became the kingdom of Kush, a kingdom of kings and queens of an ancient African civilization often forgotten when we reduce Africa's contribution to civilization to just the Egyptian legacy alone. But anyways, I learned the difference between the Sudanese flag and the Palestinian flag. And did you know that there are more pyramids in Sudan than there are in Egypt? And did you know that Sudan actually translates to black in Arabic? A girl in school once told me that I wasn't black enough, but little did she know that I come from a country that claims blackness. The story goes that my name is Amena. My name is Amena, and I'm African American, and I was raised in Wichita. And no, my name isn't Amena, it's Amena Elamin. And sometimes I smile because I'll go to the doctor's office and the nurse will tell me I have a beautiful name. The story goes that my name is Amena, and I speak Arabic. I went to Islamic school for most of my life, and no, my name doesn't have an H at the end, and it's not spelled with an I. Amena Elamin translates to trustworthy and safety, and sometimes I'd like to think that's why I'm a people person. The story goes that my name is Amna, and I'm my father's daughter, named after a grandmother that I never met. My favorite color used to be blue because my father's favorite color is blue. I love driving, and my car's Bluetooth knows me as Amna. So my friends and I are about to hit the road and my phone connects to my car. It welcomes me as Amna, and they laugh and think it's a mistake. The story goes that my name is Nennu, and I don't like saying that loud. And I'm my mother's daughter, and all my mother's friends know me as such. When I was younger, I used to get embarrassed when we'd go up to Walmart and the cashier would say, "Have a nice day," and my mother would say, "You're welcome." But I'm embarrassed to have been embarrassed because my mother carried a whole country on her tongue. The story goes that I hated Sudan. I hated existing as two. Sudanese American, African American, Black and Arab, Afro-Arab. I thought I had to be one or the other. I met myself and others at one side of the intersection. One road, it was one or the other. It was never at the intersection. It was never at the intersection of Sudanese American, Afro-Arab, Black, Muslim woman. It was never at the intersection of Amena, Amna, Nennu, anything you want to call me. It wasn't at that intersection, the intersection of me. So you see, my story in itself is a country. Each name, each pronunciation tells the story of the people who have visited my country and created a village or a town or a road or a city in my story, in my country. Now you may have claimed a place in my story, good or bad. You may have even tried to retell my story for me, tell my story for me, redraw the lines for me. But your lines have become nothing but ruins in my country. I'm here to reclaim what is mine. I'm here to reclaim what is mine through storytelling. It belongs to me, and I'll tell it on my own terms and on my own time. I've made a world out of my country, and you can make a world out of your story. My favorite poet, Safiyat Hida, says, "For every country I've lost, I make another, and I make another." So I say, for every country Africa's lost, I'll make another, and I'll make another. Thank you.